It's amazing how we do this. Even I do it. Most of us create websites to sell our products and services, so you would think that we would want to make buying from us really, really easy, wouldn't you? But sometimes we just seem to make buying our thing really, really hard for our customers. I'm Catherine Reynolds, the business beautician, and I help entrepreneurs to get over their self-sabotaging website habits and confidently start using their website to make those connections and sales. So in this video, I'll be going over the top 7 ways we actually sabotage our own websites and prevent ourselves from making those sales. Not wanting to sabotage my own YouTube channel, here is the enormous, obvious subscribe button. Hit that button to subscribe to my channel for loads more webby tips and tricks and get your site working for your business. So why do we sabotage our own websites? Well, it's mostly down to mindset. If we're feeling our product, services, course or widget isn't good enough or finished enough or big enough, then we can tie ourselves up in knots trying to sell it. So I had a client a couple of years back who would apologise every single time she added her pricing onto her site. Not just to me, to her visitors. She even apologised for the inconsistency and randomness of her own newsletter in her own opt-in box. She was just so uncomfortable with putting herself out there and asking for something back, even an email address. And she was really, really good at what she does. So we can get super scared of talking about exchange, whether it's for money or even contact details. So many of us were brought up to believe that money was a bit of a dirty exchange, that we should never ask for money. And when we're creating a business that is all about asking for money in return for something we are producing, something that often feels very personal to us in our business, that can give us that icky feeling. And then we sabotage, we apologise and we hide. And then add on a bit of that old imposter syndrome and we're ready to avoid doing anything to sell. We tell ourselves we aren't good enough, we don't know enough, or think, who am I to teach this? We tell ourselves that that is why our course, product or services aren't selling, when actually we're throwing up big barriers to buy all over the place. So the trick is to recognise that we are doing it. Once we know what is going on, we can change it. And some of those changes just aren't massive, they aren't technical, they aren't complicated. So how do we manage to sabotage our own website? The first way that we can do this is by adding reams and reams of text to persuade our website visitors that we know our stuff, or we have a good product, or we are worthy. So the main call to action just gets buried under information overload. And this happens to so many of my clients. So when I design a website, I leave them sections and guidelines of where and how much text and what it should do on each section of the page. And then so often they will write an essay and insert an essay into that section. And what happens is that they're not actually adding anything much to the page. They're just trying to make themselves feel better that they are going to have to persuade someone and are going to have to talk about their product. Whereas actually on a website, what you need is for people to very, very easily get your point and scan through the page so they can make the decision. Another way we sabotage our own websites is we don't add our products to the places where people can find them, like our menus. I did that one. I created a really lovely sales page for my big website course and I completely forgot to add it to any menus. I was driving traffic over from Facebook and being very focused on that, and I'd really forgotten that a lot of people need to find it in the right place on my website. And there was a little bit of, is this where I want my website to go? Is this where I want my business to go? It was. So I then added it to my menu. And the next thing is we don't guide people to the actual thing they can buy from the homepage. And that can be a mixture of what I did, which was completely forgot how to use my own website. As a website developer, that's great, isn't it? But it just shows that it's so easy to get wrong. We also don't guide people through to the right place. We assume people know where things are. We assume that people are going to know to click on a link up here that goes to here and then the tiny link from our blog post. They don't. We need to guide them through the website. There's a little bit of hiding going on. We're hiding our content just in case people don't buy it, and it can be quite a vulnerable thing, putting things out on our website, even if we've spent hours and hours and hours creating that sales page for people to buy from. We also hide the thing we want people to buy in the middle of loads of other information, pages, posts, other products, information overload. And this is partly because we don't have the confidence in that one particular thing that we'd like to sell on our website. We don't have the confidence to make that the headline product. And so it just gets hidden in all the noise. And again, we're going back to a lot of the mindset around trying to persuade people that they do need this, rather than offering a great solution to their problem. And we're not just hiding the information, the products or the service, we also camouflage our buy buttons and links as images or titles or tiny little words right at the end of the sales page where nobody is going to find it, let alone click on it. And even if we haven't camouflaged our actual buy button, sometimes we just don't check that the links actually work. Even links to sales pages, lead pages, landing pages, even from ads, or even to our checkout. So the button doesn't work. There have been instances with clients where they've had inactive links and buttons on their website from calls to buy, which then have gone to nowhere. And they knew that those buttons didn't work, but they had frozen. They were too scared to do something about it. Or maybe they just believed nobody would click there. So make sure your links, all your calls to action and all your buttons work. Or you don't have a way for anybody to buy from you at all. Maybe you have a website that's set up to sell your products or services, but there's actually no way that you've put on there for people to buy from you. And I see all sorts of ways that my clients try to wriggle out of this one. They might have a contact form that's hard to find at the end of sales pages, so people have a hurdle to get over. That can be quite good if it's something that's one-to-one or bespoke, but they do it for something that's really low ticket, that really shouldn't need that interaction. And that again goes back to the nobody's going to click to buy it. It goes back to the I've got to check people out because I don't trust people are going to buy something that's right for them, or I've got to check them out. I've got to persuade them to buy my product through a personal call. So they have something on there that's another hurdle that people have got to get over to buy. So make sure that you have somewhere where people can actually buy from you. There are loads and loads of ways that we try to get out of feeling uncomfortable about selling on our websites. Are you guilty of any of these? Or do you have a sabotaging secret I haven't listed? Love to know. Just comment below this video and let me know. Understanding what's going on with your website sabotage is the start of getting it all sorted. So if you're guilty of camouflaging your sales buttons, this YouTube video is made for you.